on stage something happened and it sort of scarred you for a long time?
No, that was life.
When did you notice that you had this stage fright?
I did not give anybody else the opportunity to judge me. You need to be nicer to yourself. You actually found it funny, but somebody was offended. And I'm jumping and there's a lot of energy that I just let go. I panicked a little on stage. I want to do something that's very unique.
How can I deal with fear of being judged by the audience?
If I had to advise something to my younger self, अब तो उसने कर दिया जो करना था.
Hello everyone, welcome to We Are Art the podcast. Today's episode deals with stage fright. That's correct. The jitters that you get before a performance, we are going to address that. And for that, the guest today is someone who had been facing a lot of fear and stage anxiety in the past, has overcome her stage anxiety with those tools. And we'll ask her to share those tools with you. It's my pleasure to welcome Ravina Sharma, who's already shot for 2 films, and she also hosts a show called Unacademy on YouTube. So let's move on to Ravina and ask, what did she do to fight stage fright? I'm honored to welcome all of you, Ravina Sharma. Thank you so much for finding time and coming here.
Thank you so much for having me.
And firstly, let me address the elephant in the room, stage fright. It is something which every performer in whatever range, किसी को ज़्यादा होता है, किसी को कम होता है, but stage fright being something that affects everybody in different proportions. So, could you tell something about when did you notice that you had this stage fright more than the other people around you?
Yeah. So I remember the first thing in terms of performing arts that I did was our play together. So you were directing it and I was an actor in the play and that's how we know each other. So in that play, I remember after a very long time of contemplating whether I want to be an actor or not, I was like, no, okay, I'll just go for this one thing. I'll take this one step that I'll go for the play workshop. And luckily you guys selected me. And now I'm like, okay, fine, I'm going to be there now, what? And there are these amazing actors and even, you were there. Then there were people who were helping us. So everybody was very talented. Like from where I could see it, I would often feel like, oh my God, these people are so talented. They have been in Bombay for a while. And it was also my first few months in Bombay. Like it was my 3rd or 4th month in Bombay. So a lot of new things were happening. I came for the play and I'm just sitting there. Before anything related to the play started, I was pretty comfortable. And I was talking to all of you all and I was happy, okay, fine, new people, new things, and I'm going to have a good time. As soon as we had to go on stage and do something, I started feeling a little bit of nervous energy. And you know when your turn is going to come. So I'm like just sitting there and waiting and I'm just doing my lines over and over again. And I also remember something very funny happened. I had reached 10 minutes late. And it's the first day of rehearsal and you know how strict we can get about that. And I reached 10 minutes late and you just looked at me. And you didn't say anything. And that was so embarrassing. So that added to my nervous energy because you didn't say anything to me. So I'm just sitting there waiting for my turn. I'm doing my lines over and over again. I'm not in the moment at all. I'm not looking at what the other performers are doing, what is being spoken about, because I'm so in my head at that point. So my turn comes and I just messed it up a little because obviously I was so in my head more than other people judging me because that opportunity did not come. I was judging myself already so much in my head. So I did not give anybody else the opportunity to judge me because I'm performing and at the same time, I'm thinking about how bad I'm performing.
While performing?
Yeah, like I'm outside of myself and I'm constantly judging me. Because there's this anxious energy, I'm also nervous, there's new people around. And as soon as that got over, again, I'm back to being chill and talking and hanging and all
only
that.
Those 2 minutes of your stage time was all this happening.
Yeah,
and before that?
Yeah.
Nothing after?
No, so now I have realized that this is happening. Like as soon as I come for rehearsals, I'm having a great time. Whenever my scene comes up, I'm in my head. I'm in my head a lot.
Overthinking maybe.
Yeah. Later on, I realized that it was my judgment more than anybody else's. Because you think that you've chosen this thing and you want to do well. And last, when I was doing plays, that was back in school, and there was another incident that happened over there. I was playing Jhansi Ki Rani Lakshmi Bai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Powerful figure. Nice.
So I had only 2 dialogues. I had to come on stage and I had to say Akraman. And then everybody had to fight. And then I'm dying and I had to say Bharat Mata Ki Jai. So while I'm dying, I said Akraman again. And I think I'm 8 or 9 years old. I said Akraman, and now I panicked a little on stage. I'm like, should I say Bharat Mata Ki Jai or no? And I did it. I am dying, and while dying, I said Bharat Mata Ki Jai, and I could see my teacher go this. And that was so embarrassing. She really scolded me a lot after the play. She's like, you just had to say two things. Two things you had to say. And I was like, okay, maybe
Okay.
that didn't go that well.
That was Ravina, how many years old?
I think I was 8 or 9 years old.
Lovely. And now, if I were to ask you the same question, what if you forgot a line today while doing a play? What is it that you would do?
So I'm so thorough with the lines now in my
Possible
life
ही नहीं है.
that even if I miss a word or two, like touch wood, I would like to believe so, I will know what it means. Like, what meaning does it carry? What is the subtext? So I hope I would be able to improvise and do something there. Hope क्या मतलब ऐसे हुआ ही है.
Acha, it's
So
happened
yeah,
already.
it's happened. Because I learn my lines as much as I can, but sometimes if you're in the moment, something happens, and your reaction needs to like change a little bit according to that. So yeah, now I don't fixate that much on the lines.
How is it when it feels like? Is it like a slow volcano that is to erupt? जब आप performance के लिए जाना होता है, like it's half an hour to the performance, 15 minutes to the performance. So what is it? Does it come all together? कि नहीं यार, मतलब वो एक साथ strike होता है या वो बढ़ते जाता है and towards the end it's at its peak?
In the last few years, there are some acting workshops that I have done, and I've met some really amazing people and mentors. So there was this one workshop that I did. It was class act commune with Benny, and she used to do this thing that as soon as you're on stage about to perform, she would ask you to talk about how you're feeling. So there is an audience, you're sitting there, Benny is there with you, and you're standing on stage. And for example, if you're feeling nervous, you say it out loud.
Okay.
I'm feeling nervous right now. And then you take 20 seconds to just feel it. And you're on stage. So now you're getting comfortable being in that nervous
space.
Yeah.
Which is alien to you earlier, but now she made you comfortable.
And also, she used to say that once you acknowledge that you're feeling a certain way, half of it goes away. You take things away from people and workshops and all that. So this is one thing that I took away every time I have to perform in front of the camera or anywhere. The first thing that I do is, how am I feeling right now? And then I acknowledge exactly how am I feeling.
So today also, like let's say you have a performance in the evening.
Yeah.
5 minutes before the performance. Do you still do that practice of acknowledging, okay, fine, I'm feeling nervous, or you find like one corner and like, I hope nobody finds me?
That used to happen before. Yeah. Now it doesn't happen.
Because I somehow remember before our play also, one of the shows, I vaguely remember, it was quite some time ago, that Ravina kahan hai? Everyone's doing prayers in a circle and everyone's there holding hands and all, let's pray. Ravina, where is she's nowhere to be found.
Ravina is giving herself a pep talk.
She is in the green room somewhere, and in one corner she's seated, and I'm like, hello, let's go, time up.
Yeah. So I had to like really work on that. And another workshop that helped was Atul Mongia's workshop, Artist Collective, which helped me the most in my life so far with my feeling anxious before a performance or anything. And that was be in the present, be in the moment, be in the moment. And how do you do that? You do that with coming back to your breath every time.
Like, could you illustrate a few breath exercises?
Like, for example, like you're just about to start a scene, and now you take a few deep breaths.
Okay.
You're like, now you know where you are. You're aware of where you are. You're in the present. You're not thinking about how you will mess up in the future, or you're not thinking about the performances that went well or didn't go well, or anything that you were thinking about the character. If you deep breathe before entering the performance, you're brought back into the present moment.
And that helps.
And while breathing, you go into the inner world of the character, the backstory of the character, and you breathe that character and enter.
Only, no?
No, like while you're breathing, while you're in the present, you enter the scene thinking about it.
Okay.
And then you're more or less in the moment. Like with your breath, you come in the moment, and if you're in the moment, you'll not think about anything else. You'll just think about the present.
Got it. And have you had like one specific experience where you had like a complete breakdown on stage?
On
Apart from
stage?
the Jhansi Ki Rani story that you mentioned, like abhi, like in the recent
On
past, maybe.
stage.
On stage or in front of a camera or wherever while performing per se.
Luckily, what luckily? Like it just didn't happen for quite some time now.
And the last time that it happened was
There was a show that I had to host,
okay.
and it was a live show. And before this, I was only hosting for the camera. So they would cut in, all of that would happen. So this live show, and there were a lot of comedians there too. So you feel this pressure to be, I don't know, man, funny,
Funny?
or whatever. Like you have to be, they're so funny, they're coming and hosting and everything, and you're the host there. So I'm just like, okay, what should I say? How should it be? And then I was like, okay, Ravina, just be yourself. If it will be funny, it will be funny. And I remember standing in front of the mirror in a bathroom and just getting very pissed with myself.
Pissed.
What's wrong with you? You've been doing this for so long. Why can't you just like get a grip of yourself and all of that? And then I remembered somebody telling me that you need to be nicer to yourself. And in front of the mirror, suddenly I just go like, okay, fine, sorry. Sorry. But
Oh my God.
you've been doing this for so long. Just chill. You can do it. It's fine. Don't take any pressure. Yeah. Just be yourself. Just be yourself. Just go there, be yourself. I entered this stage a little late because I was doing this
Pep talk in the bathroom.
before the actual thing. And I remember what I was wearing also very clearly because I also told myself, you're looking so nice. What's wrong with you?
Nice, nice. I love it.
Yeah, then it went well, but I could feel because when you're acting, you know your lines. You more or less know what you have to do. Now, if something goes wrong, if you're really in the inner world of the character, you can still get it
Bring
back.
it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you're hosting, it's just you.
It's improv.
Yeah.
You don't know what the other person's going to say.
Yeah.
What will you say?
And there
What
was
will you
somebody
prepare?
who got pissed at some joke a comedian cracked, which I came back on stage and had to control a little bit. And I had to be like, okay, I hope everybody's cool, everything's fine. Can we go ahead with the show and all of that? And I was like,
wow,
oh.
that's a tough one. That's a
Yeah.
tough one. Like leaves you in a dilemma.
Yeah, because
Ye kare, ye kare.
you actually found it funny, but somebody was offended. But you also have to calm the situation.
Okay, the funny thing here is you found it funny,
I
but
did.
you're saying, nahi, it's okay, it's all good.
Yeah, that was my job. So I was like, is everybody okay?
Beautiful, beautiful.
And she said, yes. And I was like, okay, then let's move on.
All right, lovely. So coming back to the performance bit,
Hmm.
are there any physically doable techniques like breathing का तो आपने बताया?
हाँ.
Are there any other techniques which maybe our viewers who are performing, they can inherit and it calms them down, or just before the performance?
So this nobody told me, but this is something that I just do. Like I just aggressively throw my hands around my body and I'm jumping, and there's a lot of energy that
You
I
shrug
just
it out.
let go.
Okay.
So I do this a lot.
ये हम थिएटर में भी करते थे, right?
हाँ.
Just
So I
from
think
the
maybe I picked it up from there only. That
Okay.
this I do, that when I'm like feeling a lot of things inside, I just let it go.
You think the physical release also helps mentally? Is it?
Yeah, I mean, more or
works
less
for you.
everything's connected, but it works for me. I
Mhm.
don't know if it will work for somebody else, but I genuinely feel that breathing does, with my limited experience, I've seen that it really helps most people.
Nice.
Yeah,
So breathing is more for the mental bit,
yeah,
and shrugging it out is for the physical bit.
Yeah.
So all your anxiety is taken care of.
yeah. A person makes the actor, the character. So you have to work on the person also. Like, for example, there is a place from where this anxious energy came to me, or this nervousness came to me. So I also have to acknowledge and work on Ravina, the person, so that the actor, when the actor goes to perform, feels more at ease.
Work more behind the camera
Yeah.
on yourself.
Yeah. Also understanding why are you feeling like that? Did something happen that made you feel like that? Or are you not very comfortable with yourself? Because that is really important, to be comfortable with yourself. And more often than not, we want to be so unique as actors and artists. We just want to stand out. I want to do something that's very unique.
किसी ने नहीं किया.
हाँ, किसी ने नहीं किया होगा. And this also Atul sir told me in one of the workshops. So everybody wants to be unique. Everybody wants to stand out. We're all so different from each other. Anyway. So the closer we get to being ourselves and being comfortable in our skin, the more unique we will be. So there's nothing really to work on. You just have to work on yourself, accepting yourself, and being like, okay, fine, this is me, and I'm comfortable with how I am. And now, with that comfort, when I perform, it is going to stand out. It is going to be unique because nobody else can be Raj or nobody else can be Ravina.
Correct.
To work on yourself and get comfortable with yourself, I think that also helps before performance. That there's so much work that's being done. When the real day of the performance comes, you're prepared. You're a little bit
nice, at ease with yourself. And also in the whole retrospective of what came from, like, you know, where we come from, like you said, कि maybe बचपन में कुछ हुआ था इसलिए मुझे stage anxiety है.
जैसे आपने भारत माता की जय नहीं बोला और आपने आक्रमण बोल दिया.
So was that where it started in your
now
personal
this is
journey?
One of my core memories. I always remember it. So कुछ connection तो होगा. Like there are so many things that happened in school, but I remember this.
Okay.
So
interesting. And is there any performance of late, even in the recent past, since you came to Mumbai and started working, that sort of scarred you? You can mention the scene from the play if you wish to. It's all right.
I would like to.
Okay, I was hoping you had something else, but sure.
No, so the thing is that after the play, because the play was something that was not a workshop, you had to perform, it was a competition, and then also ticketed shows. So that's maybe not, even though, you know, when you rehearse for a play, it's more than any workshop because you're learning so much. But then the space to fail for me was less because I was already so judgmental in my head about myself. So I wouldn't want to fail. So during that play only, I think there was a time when I had to come out on cue. There was a particular point, and a lot depended on when I come out. And I was a second or two late. And I heard somebody yelling, Ravina! And I remember I had like this moment, and then I entered. And that whole day, the moment stayed with me only. Because I heard my name so loudly, and I know that the play got delayed because of that. Like, you know, everybody, they stopped the rehearsal and they were like, you have to come on this beat. And I was like, yes, I remember. I was counting and I...
Must be a very cruel director, no?
It wasn't you. It was somebody else who said it.
I'm glad.
Somebody we love. You were always nice only.
Okay. But ऐसा, ये तो चलो, it stayed with you for a day.
Yeah.
But has there been a part where on stage something happened and it sort of scarred you for a long time?
No, that was life. I think acting has been genuinely more of a release from
life in itself.
Yeah, from life in itself. तो वहाँ पे कोई नया वो hurt नहीं
होता है.
वहाँ पे release ही हुआ है जो हुआ है.
And if you were to give something back to the audience who are watching right now, who face a similar sort of anxiety issue or stage fright issue, जो ऊपर के दो तीन चीजें हैं वो क्या आप कहना चाहोगे? Coming back to covering, we've circled around breathing, we've circled around like this. All this is before the performance, right? Before. But profoundly कि ये तुम्हें problem overall कम हो जाए तुम्हारे life में, ये stage anxiety वगैरह, उसके लिए क्या कहना चाहोगे? So like I was saying that खुद पर और the person who's the actor, उस पे ज़्यादा काम करना is more important than the character. Yeah. At least on this front. Yeah, like when you're ready with the person, the character is easier to get into because आप खुद को जब समझते हो, when you understand yourself better, it's not like 3 महीने में you'll understand yourself better. It's like a journey. Long journey, and it's going to keep happening. तो वहाँ पे like, you know, if the work is done, self work अगर चलता रहे, so it just becomes easier for your anxiety for stage or nervousness on stage. If you're constantly working on yourself, I think that solves half of the problem because you understand where all that is coming from and where it needs to go. Which channelizing that anxiety in a right way. One thing is important to acknowledge that it's okay if you're feeling nervous or anxious or whatever that feeling is before performing, unless it's not overpowering everything that you can't perform because you're feeling like that. I think it's okay to have a little bit of nervousness as long as it's more on the side of excitement. Like I feel most actors and even like, you know, performers, there is a little bit of nervousness when they're performing. वो ज़रूरी है. हाँ, because that excites you. It shouldn't overpower. So it's okay to have a little bit of that, to acknowledge it
that okay, this happens to me and it's okay, it's I'm going to go and perform. This can come with me. You're one of my feelings, you can come with me, we'll do it, we'll kill it, and it's going to be okay. Like, you know,
Oh, nice.
like all the other feelings that I have, you can also come with me. I want to be an actor, I'm going to perform, I'm going to do well. My nervousness just
It's a part of me.
yeah, just come.
Think of it as a slingshot. मतलब थोड़ा nervous energy चाहिए for you to pull back and then boom.
And then you're just like out
Stage
there
preferred.
performing.
Yeah, nice. Interesting. Okay, so I happened to ask a few people, and they are all college students. Okay,
Mhm.
so all the naive sort of questions that we get now.
Yeah.
So I have you to answer them. Okay, how can I deal with fear of being judged by the audience?
This I also learned the hard way, but the audience has come there to enjoy. But they already are one step ahead in wanting to enjoy because that's their motive. कि मैं आया हूँ कुछ देखता हूँ, let me have fun. You have to do something bad for them to take a step back. अरे यार ये नहीं, मतलब वो आए हैं वहाँ पे आपको देखने के लिए, performance enjoy करने के लिए, तो they're already with you. If you're honest and if you're doing what you have to do, I don't think the audience is going to judge you because it's not like कोई Indian Idol पे नहीं आए हो आप. Audience is already for you. Like, you know, they want you to do
They're
well.
on your side, not on the opposite
Yeah,
side.
because they've come to watch you.
Very
The
nice.
only thing that's against you is overthinking and the devil inside the mind who's telling you they are judging you, that person is judging you, you are also judging yourself. So, and it's okay. Those वो आवाज आएगी, and you have to understand कि वो that's not you. That's just everything that has happened in your life. That's just talking to you in that moment, and you have to hear it like you hear a friend who's saying negative things, and hear it and move on. That's all
Acknowledge it.
your,
Okay,
yeah.
okay, and then move on.
Yeah.
Interesting. Is it normal to feel some nerves even when you're experienced?
Whatever limited experience I have, I feel like little bit is fine. Unless it's not overpowering the whole, like everything else, I think little nervousness is fine.
Okay. So let's come on, bring on the rapid fire since we are
Okay.
anyways into question answer zone. All right. Pre-show jitters. Embrace them as energy or try to completely eliminate them.
Embrace them as energy.
A show went bad. So what is it? A setback to dwell upon or a lesson to learn from?
Obviously, a lesson to learn from. New day, new start.
Yeah. love the optimism. Pre-speech tension. Shake it out physically or try to mentally suppress it.
Not suppress, but acknowledge it.
All right. And shake it out physically?
You can. Both. Both are good options.
Wow. Negative thoughts. Challenge them with logic or try to simply ignore them.
Whatever works for you. You can't ignore. So acknowledge, or what was the first thing?
Challenge them with logic.
I think acknowledge. That also. That also. But you can't ignore them. The more you ignore, the more they're going to come back to you. They're like a toxic ex.
Powerfully.
The more you ignore, the more they'll keep coming back to you.
Toxic ex reference is very funny at this point. Anyway, amplifying fear. Is it over preparation or the lack of it? Right?
यार मुझको पर्सनली सबके लिए अलग चीजें वर्क करती होंगी. मेरे डिक्शनरी में ओवर प्रिपेयर्ड मुझे कुछ नहीं लगता. आई थिंक द मोर यू डू, द मोर थिंग्स यू गेट एंड द मोर यू कैन प्ले विद इट. तो अगर मैं पर्सनली अंडर प्रिपेयर्ड हूँ, I'll be nervous.
This is the end of the rapid fire. This is a more profound question. To your younger self, embrace every speaking opportunity or carefully choose what moments to speak and when to speak?
If I had to advise something to my younger self, अब तो उसने कर दिया जो करना था.
तो अभी और भी बहुत सारे हैं ना who are at that point in their life.
I think बहुत complicated है ये मेरे लिए आंसर करना.
That's all right. Take your time.
Because sometimes it's nice to just be yourself and say what you feel like. That you cannot do everywhere and anywhere. So I think with your close friends and people you trust, say whatever you want to. Don't hurt them. Be kind, but say what you want to. And otherwise, just don't be careful, but know what to maybe say where.
And that wisdom also comes with time. कब क्या किसके सामने बोलना.
True.
Interesting.
Sometimes, you know, younger people, we too, like we would just open up, like we're having a good time with somebody and we'll just tell them our whole life story, and then you'd go back and feel so cringe that did I overshare?
तो वो नहीं करना है. Okay, next question. Confident speakers, what are they? Are they fearless or they are skilled at managing their fear?
They are skilled at managing it.
जो fear है, they just know how to deal with it better.
Maybe some people don't have it. I don't know because I'm not on that side. More often than not, I've seen people managing it well. I think everybody gets nervous. Do you get nervous?
I definitely do get nervous before any stage show, before any performance, even before a take. I do get nervous. Even right now, before the podcast, I was nervous.
Yeah.
So I think it comes back to what you said. That little bit of nervous energy is actually good. It sort of pushes you to give your better.
Yeah.
दो पैसा ज़्यादा ही करते हो आप
हाँ.
in the quest of
Yeah.
overcoming that.
Yeah.
But then again, what you said is correct that it shouldn't overpower you.
Hmm.
Like you shouldn't be bogged down. तो फिर वो flops हो जाते हैं.
हाँ. True. I think that excitement in the nervousness is
Essential.
important because we are doing what we like doing.
In fact, it's funny because Anuj, who was here in one of our podcasts,
Yeah.
so he also said the same thing that as long as you love doing what you're doing,
Yeah.
there is no clock कि मुझे यार 26 तक यही करना है 27 तक यही करना है. Persistence is what matters. So
Yeah.
keep persisting over it. And another similar topic that he touched upon was knowing yourself. What you also said. And there's such a big overleap between the two of you is that he also said before going to the stage, just bring yourself to the center,
Yeah.
find it. मोटा मोटा यही है कि these are the tools that one can try
Yeah.
for themselves and whatever works for them. And which brings me to the last question,
Yes.
which now you can please take your time to answer because I think it has been hugely helpful of your insight on what it is like facing stage
Yeah.
fright. But the point is कि क्या कहना चाहोगे लोगों को who are facing this right now as we speak?
I think first of all, it's important to acknowledge why is it coming. Like for me, I realized that there was a lot of judgment coming from me, and I was not in the moment. So to understand, is it because you're feeling judged? Is it because you're not good enough at that point? Like sometimes a person, I felt that too. Like I felt like I need a lot of riyaz, I need a lot of practice to feel better. So you need to understand why is it coming.
So the why is important.
Why is important, and after that, to know more about myself and accept myself. One thing that I'm regularly doing since the last few years is meditation, and that really calms me down. It calms me down in my life. So before a performance, also, I go back to my breath, and it just works for me.
And accept yourself as in what? Like everyone is themselves only.
Yeah.
But what do you mean by I accept myself? Could you shed some light on that?
So everybody is behaving in a certain way that this is me, this is how I am.
That image of themselves.
Yeah, the image of yourself that has happened because of a lot of conditioning, family, expectations, friends, how you want yourself to be. But to go inside and to think about, okay, I get angry. I am very short-tempered. I get angry. Why does that happen? Why do I get so angry at things? What is it that brings that anger in me?
But who can tell you that?
You. It's only you who can answer these questions with yourself. You have to understand that, okay, and also in these moments where you're reacting, like suppose I am angry with you, but I can take my time to not react. I can just acknowledge I'm feeling this anger. I'm working on not being so short-tempered. I'll take this moment, I'll go back to my breath, and I will not react right now. So this is what I mean when I say accept your shortcomings and also work on them simultaneously. बस जानना कि अरे मैं बहुत short tempered हूँ, take it as it is.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah. Also working on the things that are not which you feel are coming in your way. Having a better life or being a better performer. So you work on those things. You accept yourself. Okay, this is Ravina. She's come from like थोड़ा सा अपनी identity से थोड़ा सा दूर. Like if I'm not Ravina who's born and brought up in Ranchi, saw particular kind of life and everything, how do I feel about things right now? Like to constantly keep questioning yourself. इस moment में मुझे actually कैसा लग रहा है? What are the things I like doing? Who are the people who I feel good energies around? And I read this somewhere that there are some people you see a version of yourself with that you really like. To see who are those people where I feel like my better self.
Nice.
And being okay with it.
So these are the things, let's say, that you practiced yourself.
Yeah.
And that has led to the phenomenal change, I must add. What, 7 years ago when we did a play together? When we were babies, okay. To now that I see you more confident, more out there, and stage fright नाम की तो अभी चीज कुछ
नहीं है. But I can hide it better now. तो वो nervousness हो रही है, you go there and then you're with your breath और अब तुम character
So now she's equipped with the tools.
Yeah,
more
tools.
So like,
yes.
To overcome that anxiety.
Yeah. And that has only happened because luckily I met mentors and people. And you, Raj, like, you have also been so nice and kind during the play rehearsals. And I met nice people, were really kind, and whose wisdom I could take a little bit of it and apply it to my life.
Lovely.
So that is also like I have been very lucky to find the right
People.
yeah.
Yeah.
People and words that they're saying.
Sweet.
The right words hit me at the right time.
Nice. So your love language seems to be the words of affirmation, is it?
Yes.
How sweet. That was lovely, and unfortunately, due to the lack of time, we will have to cut this down.
Oh no.
Oh, you can say
No, I'm good. I'm good.
you can say as much as you want, because as long as we are around the topic.
Yeah, yeah.
But is there anything else that you would like to add apart from everything that we've discussed today?
Not really. I think I've spoken a lot. Everything that I had.
And even I feel we've touched upon many topics,
Yeah.
and we've addressed our core cause for today, which was stage fright and how to deal with it,
Yeah.
and building up the tools and the arsenal that helps you find yourself and to fight that anxiety.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Ravina, for
Thank you
having
so
us.
much for having me, Raj.
So that was a lovely episode with Ravina Sharma, a beautiful, beautiful human being, and more than that, someone who's so practical and so hardworking that she's overcome stage fright, and she's here to help all of us, and hope you got some value out of it. I would also like to thank Kawali Sky Lounge for this beautiful place, and it's our venue partner. If you're around, it's a wonderful place to chill and catch up with friends and family. So that's about it. We'll see you in the next episode. In the meantime, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. And also, please let us know what you think and what would you want us to change or incorporate in our future episodes. So feedback from you is much awaited. Thank you very much.
Would you want to go back to working as an engineer? Most of my songs that I wrote came either while bathing or while driving. Honestly, career के बारे में तो नहीं सोचा था. It was tough. It didn't go as planned. People need to understand is a difference between a live singer and a DJ. Oh, लाल मोरी पत रखियो भला झूले लालन सिंधड़ी दा सेवड़ दा सखी शहबाज कलंदर दमादम मस्त कलंदर